Thought we'd go over the lesson 8 exercises. You tried most of these in the homework last night, but I don't want to give you homework and not go over it. So let's go over it in this little lecture video right now. Number 1 deals with the variables up here, z, x, c, v, a, and s. We see a and s are new type variable Boolean. And the first one we have is x bigger than 0, and it's not. So right away we have a false on the left side of this and. And an and can only be true if both sides are true. So there's no way this thing's going to be true. I can just ignore looking at the right side because I know no matter what the right side is, be it false or true, the whole thing's going to be false. So false gets stored in Gus. And we do not Gus, which is not false. So what's not false? You see right there, not false is true. A or S, false or true. As long as one side of a or is true, it's true. And the right side is true, so it's true. Number 3, that's too complicated for the AP exam and therefore too complicated for our class too. It's quite doable. Is minus 1 times x bigger than 0? Let's see, minus 1 times x gives you a positive 109, right? Is 109 bigger than 0? Yes, it is. That's true. And then not a means not false. Therefore, it's true. So we have true and true make it true. So of course it's right, but it's a little too weird looking for the AP exam. They don't try and fool us with, cryptic code like that. R equals Z equals X. Pretty weird looking problem with both the assignment operator and the equal sign there. Well, we start on the right side and then we assign. So let's see, is Z equal to X? I doubt it. No, 23 is not equal to minus 109. So that's a false, which makes R false. So now we have false or false. When both sides of a or are false, it's false. Number 5, does Z not equal to X? Let's see, well, we just saw it. They weren't equal. So that must be true. Yes, Z is not equal to X. That's a true statement. So we see a true on the screen. 6 are those truth tables that we practiced in class today for the last half of class. Truth tables. And so we have A and B Booleans, and we have an expression to the right there, not A and B in the first one, and then A or not B in the second one. That is great practice for you. I hope you tried those. If not, try them tonight. Those would make great quiz questions as soon as tomorrow. Number 7 and number 8 I like a lot. I like when they mix reading comprehension skills with our Java, because that's what the AP exam is all about. You may have a long question that might span 2 or 3 pages, and they may only ask you to write at the very end a couple lines of code. Seriously, it's hard to believe, but it's true. You can check the bulletin board in the hallway outside our room. It's some old AP exam questions, the ones from last year, and you'll see there's some long questions. Anyway, number 7, you want to assign to B the and of P and Q. So you want to and together P and Q. Whatever that gives you, you put it in a B, and that's what you do there. Number 8, ORing 2 things. You want to see if X is positive. Okay, will that be easy on a quiz tomorrow or next Monday? I don't know, but I'll definitely find out. And on the other side of the OR goes a test to see if Y equals Z. I absolutely love questions 7 and 8 because that's what the AP exam makes us do. Read like a college level student and do Java at the college level student should do. Number 9. 2 possible values of Boolean, true and false. Not much to say about that. Just don't put a 1 in a Boolean variable. Don't put a string in there. Don't put double quotes around true and false. All those cause errors. Number 10. Another great question because it makes you read the question thoroughly before doing it. It says store the result of the stuff up here in a Boolean named kdog. So you want to do true if A is not equal to B. And there it is, A not equal to B, and that result gets stored over there into Boolean dog. Number 11, there's a plethora of ways to do this. Number 11, you could have done this many different ways. You can take the not out and see if A and B are equal and then not it afterwards. There's just lots of ways to do this. You can get ridiculous with your nots and make very silly code, but there's no rules, so whatever, that's fine. Number 12, the AND operator is the ampersand, the shifted 7 key. The OR operator is what our narrator calls those pipes. 14. Okay, we do what's in the parentheses first. True and false. Well, unless both sides of a true or of an and are true, it's going to be false. So this is false. So we have false or. Now I'm watching my parentheses here. Looks like these parentheses start there and go all the way over to here. So I got to do what's in those parentheses before doing the or to its left. So anyway, true and true make true. True or false makes true. And so I have a true on the right side of this or, which makes the whole thing true. 15, true and true. We do the ands before the ors in order of operations. We learned last night in the reading and today in the lecture. So true and true make true, or false. So true or false makes it end up being true because the left side of the or is true. 16. Okay, we do our and first. So true and false make a false, and true or false make true. So the left side of this or is true, therefore the whole thing is true. If you don't follow order of operations here, you're going to get the wrong answer, aren't you? True or true, if you do that first, gives you true, and true and false, both sides of the and are not true, so it gives a false. So you got to know order of operations for that one or else you get the wrong answer. Next one, true and false. Both sides are not true, so it's false. So we have false or false makes false. And number 18, let's see, we do the and. So false and true make false, and false or false, well, that makes a false also. The lesson 8 exercises. Okay, most of those are really good questions for an upcoming quiz.